What's going on, guys? I am Nate.
I am Ian. Woo!
And we forgot to do that at the last episode. That's my
did.
fault, Ian. You tried to save it. It made me laugh.
It's okay. I'm Ian. Yeah,
and you were listening to... Well, you're supposed to say the last bit.
Yeah.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, anyway.
You didn't say Nate and Ian.
This
Should
is
we just
now round 9.
Should we start over or what? No, let's keep it going. Screw it.
Yeah, why not? We listened to round 9 of the podcast.
Round 9.
Ian and I have some great news to bring to you.
Do we?
I think so. It's
Okay.
not like we're breaking this news. But baseball is back.
Well, in a month. But yes, baseball is back. I think I'm excited. We'll see.
So it's interesting because they Players Association and Major League Baseball have agreed to a 60-game schedule, non-inclusive of playoffs. Playoffs? Dude, have you ever seen that? Playoffs?
Yeah, well, you just got really loud in my ears. Sorry. Right when you said playoffs, dude, I was like...
So, non-inclusive of playoffs, we are playing the Major League. Ian and I aren't playing it.
I've been down.
We'll watch most of it, I would assume.
It's,
but we...
What, 40 against their division rivals and then 20 interleague play of the teams who are, like, in the same state, like, close. So they don't have to travel a lot. So, 40 and
Correct.
20. Yeah.
40 against division rivals, right? And then 20 against the same division of the American or National League, right? So, for example, the National League East will play the NL East. So the Braves, I don't know why I know so much about the Braves, they would play, for example, the Yankees, Red Sox, Tampa Bay Rays, etc. Also new for the season, both leagues, Ian, have a designated hitter.
I've talked to a lot of people who like it, don't like it. I like it. Look, I get that it takes out an important part, like the bunting and the sacrifice, all that. But, dude, like, it doesn't make sense that one league has it. This is why, like, the American League has better batting average, more home runs, like, do better at their home ballparks in the World Series. Like, they have a designated person who is hired to hit the ball. So
well, I don't know,
I like
man.
it.
I kind of disagree with you a little bit.
Well, I'm sure
because,
you
and I'll
would.
tell you why. The National League is more of... Okay, this might be a stretch. The National League is more of a chess game, and the American League is straight playing checkers, you know?
Straight
But
playing checkers.
here we go. So, hey, there's designated hitters across the board. New rule as well is if the game goes into extra innings, each offensive team starts with a runner on second base.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I actually I'm one of the few people who really like extra inning games. I've been to a lot of them. I've been lucky, but I'm okay with that. Like, get the people out of there as quick as possible. Yeah. What's the other one? I think this one's funny. Pitchers like lick their fingers to get grip on the ball.
Yeah,
can't lick your fingers anymore. I think pitchers are going to be allowed to have a small wet rag in their back pocket. So I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Do you know what the penalty is if like the ump sees you licking your fingers? Ball one? What is it? I
have
don't know.
no idea. Why couldn't you lick your fingers though?
Well,
what's the difference between having a wet rag in your pocket and licking your fingers?
Because you lick, the pitcher licks their fingers, touches the ball. Then somebody else touches the ball. They're trying to limit like...
Oh, it's like a COVID thing.
It's spit. Yeah, COVID thing. So pitchers also have to bring their own rosin bags. Like, they bring it onto the mound when they pitch. The inning's over. They take it back to the dugout. So a lot of little tiny new rules that, hell, might just stay forever. I don't know. We'll see. But,
yeah, I hope they don't. Right. But
well, some of them, like, but not all of them.
So I'm with you. I'm with you on the extra innings a player start on second. Like bullpens, it's a 25-man roster, and let's be honest, the quickest way to the major leagues is being a left-handed relief pitcher that's a specialty guy that just gets out lefties, right? Mm-hmm. I think, and I might be wrong, Ian, but isn't it if a relief pitcher comes in, they have to face 3 batters too?
Yeah, it's no more. Guys came in, threw one pitch and got the out, and then they took them right out. You got to face, three minimum of 3 batters. So
I do like that. I like that a lot too.
I don't. I know it speeds up the game, but some of my favorite like relief pitchers, like growing up, not just on the Tigers, on every team, I loved that coming. You knew they're coming in the 7th or 8th inning, like lefty versus lefty. They come in, they get them out, they don't get them out, and then they're out of the game. They messed up or they did great. Like, cool. Right. They knew that was their job. Like from like high school on, they were like, right. I'm a big tall lefty or whatever. I'm gonna face lefties, and that's it. So that's the one thing I don't like. It's like kind of takes out a little bit of the strategy of the game. I do get that it speeds up the process. It's whatever. Well, baseball's too long.
Look, you can't talk about strategy of the game and then say that you want to DH the National League.
Okay. I'm just saying for protection as well. You know, I don't want pitchers getting hit. I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought.
Rule. I like it. I think it's honestly probably a good change for Major League Baseball. And if we're not changing, if we're not progressing, then a sport that has been America's national pastime is going to continue to degrade and lose fans, specifically younger ones. Yeah. To that point of the history of baseball, Ian, in baseball, we do what's called the tip of a cap, right?
Yeah.
I just did that.
It takes me a second.
And that's it's a thing in baseball that's like really respectful.
Yeah.
And so what I'd like to do, what Ian and I would like to do,
I did it too early.
Is we'd like to tip our cap to a century, 100-year celebration of the Negro Leagues.
Yeah.
And I can tell you,
I thought we were doing it.
I already did it.
Oh,
you did? Are you just now doing it?
I can't. Hold on. It's a whole mess over here. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin that moment. Apologize.
But we, we are, baseball in general, right? And some players that started in the Negro Leagues with Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, Jackie Robinson, right? All with the Kansas City Monarchs, who eventually became, individuals that played in Major League Baseball and paved the way for their brethren. Yeah. And so anyway, tip of the cap.
Yeah.
That's an awesome thing to celebrate. We talk baseball a lot on this channel.
Yeah. Real quick, this wasn't in my notes. I saw it today on the Negro Leagues. Delano DeShields, did you see this? He, I think it's him. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But he got on his, what are these called? The tops of your legs?
Those would be calves. Nope.
No, thighs. On his thighs. Oh my gosh, we talk sports, not body parts. He tweeted or put it out. I saw it on a baseball app, but he got giant tattoos covering his whole calves and kind of go down over his thighs. Sorry, going down to his calves. About the Negro Leagues, and you brought up Satchel Paige and some of those guys. He got his legs covered in these tattoos. It was a beautiful, beautiful tattoos. And a great way to celebrate, this guy's heroes from when he was a kid. So I thought that was cool. So.
Absolutely. Very cool. Hey, sticking with, it's kind of some sports, specifically baseball. Can we roll? Next segment.
Let's roll it.
Ian, let's talk a little bit about some kind of strange sports stories. Right, sticking with the baseball theme this evening. Have you ever heard of Doc Ellis before?
Oh, yes. Yes, I have.
Okay. So Doc Ellis was a pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates in the late 60s and early 70s. He had an 8-year Major League Baseball career.
Okay.
Now, at this time, in Major League Baseball, a lot of players, it mirrored the mid '60s, right?
Yeah,
They were using, they used drugs. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I
So-
mean, a lot of other drugs, but I don't think it's what you're talking about. I think I know the story, but they called them greenies and all those kind of things. Those are like the steroid weird drugs back in the day. But I think you're talking about something else. So
I am. So Doc Ellis on June 12th, 1970 happened to throw a no-hitter while high on LSD.
yeah,
Now, Doc passed away in 2008, but before his death, he was able to do a number of interviews about this. And the way he put it is they were on a flight and they got to an area. They were playing the San Diego Padres. And as a starting pitcher, he asked his coach, "Hey, coach, can I go and visit some friends and family before it's my day to pitch?"
of course. Yeah, like
The
you
coach
do.
The coach said, "You know what? Yeah, absolutely." Doc was partaking in some hallucinogens and was woken up by a friend that said, "You need to get to the ballpark." And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "It is your day to pitch." And he goes, "That's not until tomorrow." Backtrack a little bit. He had taken LSD at 3 a.m.
It was on a Wednesday, wasn't it? And
yeah.
I think it was on a Wednesday. He was supposed to pitch on Friday, so he thought it was Thursday, and he's like, "No, it's tomorrow."
Correct.
I remember, because
exactly right.
He said,
So he
"Wait,
gets-
what happened to Thursday?"
He completely lost a day.
Yeah.
Gets to the park.
Oh.
Now, what's interesting about this is it was not a perfect game. He walked like 6 batters during this game, hit 2, I think, was having control issues,
Yeah.
but still managed a no-no against the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, I remember reading that the Padres didn't know that they were being no hit even in like the 8th inning because they had at least 1 or 2 base runners on every inning from being hit or walked. So they were like, "Wait a
Right.
second, the game's almost over. We don't have a hit." Oh, this is weird. Yeah.
Right. And so Doc says, he's like, "Yeah, both my team and the other team knew that I was on drugs.
Oh,
they
yeah.
just didn't know which one."
Yeah.
And something else is there was a rookie on the team that year for the Pirates who, after every inning, was like, "Hey, Doc, you got a no-no," which baseball players are superstitious.
Yeah, you don't say that.
Right? You don't say that. And how a person made it to the major leagues, oh, boy. Ian.
I lost the light. It just shut off.
So, hey, quick interlude. Ian and I are both sweating profusely because it's on the East Coast right now. It's like over 90 degrees. We cannot have our air conditionings running
no.
because it's not like we have central AC. And so the noise of the air conditioning interferes with the noise that we do for the listening hour. So we just choose to just waller in this heat right now. So it's probably upper 80s inside, both where Ian and I are. I'm going to stop stalling now. Ian, your light turned back on.
I have 2 giant lights, and it felt really good for that 10 seconds it was off.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So yeah, this rookie who's just trying to ruin this dude's, no hitter. So anyway, I think it's important. Doc Ellis, man, it's been quite some time, but hey, you pitched a no-no on LSD. So,
Yeah, I think I read the quote, and this is a funny story. You bring this up. My dad has talked to me about this. Again, I've talked in episodes. My dad is the world's biggest baseball fan, but I remember him telling me this story years ago. I remember he told me Ellis said he didn't see the hitters. All he could tell is if they were on the right side or left side.
Correct.
And his exact quote I think was, the catcher had tape on his fingers. I still couldn't see the signals. I was high as a Georgia pine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
fun,
Doc Ellis.
fun.
Maybe
that
you
that
know.
will never happen again. I mean, that is a 60s, 70s, maybe an 80s story, but
Well, I tell
it's
you,
just
the Mets
amazing.
with Darryl Strawberry, they had some crazy
Oh.
stories. Maybe we can talk about that in a later episode. But
Oh, absolutely.
those guys, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Ian, one more crazy sports story for you. Okay.
Okay.
So, obviously, we've already announced MLB is coming back. No fans, however, right?
Yeah.
So, in an attempt to make money, both the Oakland Athletics and the San Francisco Giants have offered fans options to buy cardboard cutouts of themselves to put in empty seats. So tell me, you're a huge, let's just say, you're a huge Tigers fan. Say
Yeah.
if the Tigers came out and they were like, you know what, Ian? For the low price of $250, that is completely made up. Would you send a picture of yourself so they would make a cardboard cutout and put you in the stands?
No.
Yeah, I know.
No. That is, I had not heard of that. No, that is ridiculous. I mean, I get why I can't go to the game, but it's like, let me go to the game. Don't. I'm not gonna pay you to put a freaking cardboard cutout in the stands. No, that is one of the dumbest things I've heard.
But
Oh
here's the thing: is 30,000 people will probably do that.
Yeah, because they want to watch the games. It's like, hey man, look, I'm there. That's me. No. Oh my gosh. Those are the people. No offense, people who have money. I don't have money, but
Yeah.
those are the people who have. I'm sure it is like $200 something or more. Those are the people who have that money to spend, and just blow it on something as stupid. You know what? I get that it is helping out these organizations who are losing a lot of money, but you're still a professional sports team. You got money, so yeah, that's ridiculous.
They're just trying to make more money.
Just
you
more,
know?
yeah. Oh gosh.
I will
like
say
it.
that I was watching some European League soccer.
Oh yeah.
What do they call it? The Premier League, right?
Yeah.
I was watching that, I guess, earlier on Saturday morning this week, and they superimpose like a crowd into the stadium. Here's what's funny about it, though, and they also pipe in crowd noise just for the broadcast, right? So,
That's
like, I was watching Messi
smart.
play,
Yeah.
and he had a shot on goal, and it almost is like you're watching it with a crowd in the audience.
Yeah.
Which I didn't mind. I did not mind the noise. I didn't mind piping in crowd noise. That seemed fairly organic.
No, that's I heard an ESPN sportscaster talking about that a couple weeks ago, that about baseball specifically. They, because you're watching a baseball game on TV. I watch hundreds every year, and that's the best part. You're watching it. You have the announcers talking, but when they're not talking, you have that background noise. So I'm hoping that baseball does that. I don't need cheers, just just noise, just
Right.
like talking.
And
know?
like the Cracker Jack guy. Get your Cracker Jack,
Beer, $5. $5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
$1,200. Yeah. Hopefully they do that. That makes sense. So.
But what I will say is I didn't mind the noise. The noise did not bother me one bit. What did bother me was the superimposed crowd, because when they changed camera angles, if it was not like, okay, so if you think American football, like straight down on the 50, the stadium was full. As soon as the camera angle changed, it was just an empty stadium.
Oh, yeah. They didn't
And it's
superimpose the entire stadium?
Well, they tried to at
Just like
certain camera angles.
Copy and paste. I mean, I do it in these videos. Copy, paste. And just paste that stuff all over the stadium.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was that was just super strange. It was, but
Yeah.
But noise, surprisingly, I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that.
Gotta have noise. Well, that's our sports. That's our weird, quirky sports stories for the day. Those are good, Nate. Appreciate them. I love that Doc Ellis story. Again, my dad had told me that story probably like 20 years ago. Love it. Love it.
Hey, so Ian, last episode we had an opportunity to kind of go over some trends of the past decade that
Yeah.
we were not the biggest fan of.
No, they triggered the crap out of me.
Well, Triggered was actually one that is triggering this segment.
Bling, bling.
Yeah, so
Yes.
my computer might die. It's not a big deal.
That's fine.
So you said there's so many new words, and it got me thinking that is a great opportunity for a segment that we can talk about.
Yeah, well, it's not so much new words. It's just that it's words that people much younger than us are making up, and I just don't care about. If that makes sense, and not in a mean way. I just don't care.
Ian, can you give me an example?
Okay. I can give you my first example. I wrote down a few. We'll figure out how many we want to do. I think it's a hello fireworks outside. They're so loud. Look, I make fun of this. It dates back to like high school. And this isn't my word, but like when their girlfriend or boyfriends call like each other baby, baby. I'm not making fun of you, but it annoys me a little bit. And my sister and her boyfriend do it just because I said that one time, and it's funny. But baby is fine. Baby is a real word, correct, Nate?
It is, yes.
Yes, baby.
I mean, if you want to refer to your significant other as an infant, then yes, baby works.
Well, no, that also yeah, real word. You know what's not a real word and shouldn't be?
What?
Bay.
Oh, I know.
B-A-E.
That's my bae.
Bay. B-A-E. It's a noun. You know what it means, Nate? I looked
No.
it up. It means baby or sweetheart. So you know what? You're taking off one letter
Yeah.
and just say bae. I'd rather you just say baby. I'm getting real mad. Oh, God, I hate it. Bae. Hey, bae.
Or just babe.
Babe. Babe is fine. Babe.
Right.
Baby. Bae? First
Yeah,
off,
I don't know.
First off, we already have a word bay. Down by the bay. Nope, this one's different. Oh, man, I hate it. I have people coming to my work all the time, customers, and talk to their girlfriends or whatever, and like, bae. I'm like, well, okay. You must be 12.
Immediately judging the clientele at your restaurant.
Yo, yeah, all the time. That's my job. Judging
I
you,
like
judging
that.
you.
And in my research, I will be honest with you, Ian, I almost selected that.
That was my first
I've
one.
not heard it as much as you have. So that's probably why I didn't.
I don't hear it every day, but it's one, like, I remember when I first heard it, I wasn't like, oh, that's a cool word. I was like, does that make sense? What society are we? What is happening? So
I'm going to stick with this. This is actually the second one that I wrote down, but I feel like it is, in the same realm, same neighborhood as Bay.
Oh, yeah.
People calling themselves basic, or I'm a basic B.
Oh. Dude. I hate that. I've heard that. Yeah. I mean, did you look at what is that? Because I know what it means, but like, is there a definition to that? Because I know what basic means. Like, here are the basic rules to this game, or whatever.
Correct. So that would be that would be the correct definition of using the word basic. These individuals are using basic, and the number one, I would say, offenders of this rule are females. And they call themselves basic, or that girl is so basic because she just happens, or he just happens to like maybe what everyone else likes.
Or
and
they're
somehow
wearing
that's
different
being
clothes.
basic.
Yeah. That's one. I didn't think about that one. I severely dislike that one as well. Because here's the thing. That's already a word.
Correct.
Don't take it and change and try to make it offensive in a way. Basic is not an offensive term. Like,
no, it's really okay.
The word that we've been using for however long it's been a word. But now it's an insult. Like, you're so basic. I'm like, you know what?
Maybe that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's okay to be basic.
Totally fine.
In fact, I would urge people to be basic. I think that's okay.
Yeah. If more people were basic, maybe people wouldn't be called basic so much. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what you got?
Are we doing 2 or 3? Because I gotta.
No, keep going, man. We're just gonna roll with these. We can do some.
Okay.
The last ones, you know what? Hey, we'll do two. We'll do one more apiece, and then one more just quick hitter that we don't even need to talk about.
All right. I didn't write this down because I think it's really dumb, and maybe you've said it. Maybe some people you know have said it. On fleek.
All right, so I'm going to tell you about on fleek. Okay. Also came across this in my research. I've never heard it, ever, never. Minus a commercial on the sports talk radio station that I listen to in the mornings, and it's like teaching parents about how their teenagers talk, and they say, you might hear them say on fleek, which doesn't that mean like that's pretty cool?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Like, instead of saying, "Oh man, that hat is on fleek," hey man, that hat's cool. That hat looks awesome. You look good in that hat. No, this hat's on fleek. I don't. That was not a stereotype of people who say it. I've heard every type of person say this. I didn't mean to say, "Oh fleek." That's how I hear it. Like,
so on
it's such
fleek
a dumb word.
It's popular in New York.
Again, I have heard it in person, but not a whole lot. Mainly on YouTube and TV shows, like newer TV shows that are made for young kids. I don't know why I'm watching them. Don't judge me.
I've never once heard on fleek. Never.
Yeah, it's
minus that commercial.
Yeah, I just like you said. You know what? That's cool. Instead of saying on fleek, makes more sense.
Does to me.
All
right, Ian, you ready? Are you ready for my number 2?
Oh, yeah. Nate, what you got?
Ian, you know what I don't like?
What's that?
Sorry, not sorry. Either A, you're sorry, or B, you're not sorry.
I get that.
But you can't be both.
I get it. I do. I mean, only because the Demi Lovato song, I don't listen to a lot of her stuff. I watched like the guy who mixed that song on YouTube because he's a genius, and I just got into mixing. Not saying it's fine, but he talked about the lyrics, and honestly, I'm not defending the phrase or whatever, but he said Demi Lovato like always had to apologize for things, and got tired of it, even because when she didn't have to apologize. But here's the thing. So she said like sorry, but not sorry. So I get where she's coming from, but I think it's just a stupid thing. Just don't apologize in the first place, or just say like you just said, "I'm not sorry. Deal with it." So I'm not.
Wait, is she to blame for all this?
Maybe I'll have to look that up.
Are you telling me that she came up with this sorry, not sorry thing?
Well, it was a huge song. Sorry, not sorry.
Never heard it. But I will tell you, if our neighbors to the north, they would say, sorry, not sorry.
Sorry. Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
It bothers me. Just don't be sorry.
No.
If you're not sorry, don't say that you're sorry.
I get it. Well, yeah. I do. A lot of people have that thing where they apologize when there's no need to. I do that all the time. So maybe maybe it kind of came out of that, like, sorry. Oh, not sorry. Never mind. You know what I mean? Doesn't make a lot of sense.
I hate it. I hate the phrase.
Yeah. No, I'm not defending it, but I know where she was coming from, but I don't know why it's still a thing. Like you said, you're either sorry or you're not. Okay.
Right. Correct.
All
right, let's do a quick hitter apiece,
yeah,
right? Quick hitter, and I'll go.
Well, this is quick. I got to explain a little bit of it, but it's the word woke.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. People are going to be mad if they see this because it actually means to have an acute awareness of social justice issues and how certain people are perceived and treated in society. I get that that's what people like made it to mean, but here's the thing: don't be like, oh, that person's so woke. Just say, you know what? That person's not an a-hole. That person treats people well. That's just a good person. They don't have to be woke. Like they know what's going on in society. I don't get it.
I think woke means educated and non-ignorant.
I get that. I've heard it. I've heard that one so many times,
Yeah.
And again, I think it does mean maybe something good. Like like you said, you're educated, not ignorant. But I don't want someone to say, "Oh man, you're so woke."
Right. I would not take
No,
that as a compliment.
I just like
Yep.
change it. That's my last
Yep.
one. I'm done. Oh God.
All right. I've got two. I'm just gonna say them. I don't. These are phrases I don't like or words that I don't like.
Okay.
Netflix and chill.
Because it means let's hook up.
Yeah.
Apparently, which I just would rather watch Netflix. Maybe that's saying something about me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Enjoy content.
yeah.
And the other one that I have, I don't like when people are called snowflakes. Hey, was triggered because they're a snowflake.
Yeah. Here's the thing. That's not just a political thing. That's like I've heard that my entire life. Like, what is it? It means you're like soft or you're something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't. It doesn't make sense.
No, I'm not a fan either.
No.
I'm not.
So,
Hey, so
those are our words that Nate and I. You can say them. We're not going to dislike you, but maybe if you're around us, try not to use those words.
yeah,
please.
be more woke than that. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, babe. Come on.
Jeez. Ian, what are you looking at?
I don't know.
So I have one. I think we have one last segment.
Yeah, it's
And-
it's a good one.
Oh, I love it. All right, so for all of our 39 listeners, which, by the way, I think we have more, but if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, and exciting news coming up. Nate and I were just literally. I hadn't used it this episode.
No,
Literally.
no, that was the first.
We were literally just talking about this. If you like what you see, awesome, spread it around. But if it makes it easier for you, if people are starting to go back to work, New Yorkers, my friends are starting to walk to work, and not train rides. If you like listening to podcasts, we're gonna put the audio form of this on Spotify and I think iTunes and the podcast. What is it called? Platform. Yeah. So we're working on that. Hopefully, maybe not this episode. We're gonna put them all in there, but maybe by the next time we shoot, everything will be on Spotify, so it'll be easier to listen to. No video. We'll still do the video on YouTube. But yeah, that's exciting. Trying to work that out. So
yeah, I'm pumped about that.
Yeah,
I'm pumped. So our last segment this evening, many of you know that Ian is a big Florida fan. He just loves the state. And there's the cup that proves it.
got my Florida cup there.
So I saw this and it made me laugh, right? So everyone knows about Florida man stories. Like, oh, Florida man did this. Florida man did that.
Yep.
So I thought it might be unique if Ian and I Google Florida man and then your birthday.
Yeah.
Or our birthday. But what I would ask you to do is Google Florida man and your birthday and leave in the comments below what came up. Ian,
Yeah.
what happened on March 4th?
Well, I didn't go back to the 80s, but March 4th of 2019. Oh, it's so stupid. Florida man arrested for throwing a cookie at his girlfriend.
That seems
It's
weird.
It's not like the weirdest thing I've heard, but he was taken to jail for allegedly throwing a hard cookie at his girlfriend. The police were called to the couple's home. It's about 30 miles outside of Tampa. The woman said her boyfriend, 41-year-old, I don't know. I wrote that down because I was like, you're 41 and you're throwing a cookie at your girlfriend. The woman said her 41-year-old boyfriend threw a hard cookie that hit her in the forehead, leaving a red mark. He admitted to the incident and was taken to jail. I'm not so sure that's an offense that you need to go to jail for. Also, why are you throwing a cookie at your girlfriend? Florida.
Yeah, who throws a shoe? I mean, honestly.
Ah,
A shoe is worse than a cookie.
well, don't forget your shoes.
Well, I guess that's like a simple
So
assault,
that you
right?
have
That's
them.
probably like the charges had to be dropped.
Yeah, but he admitted to it, and I looked it up. Like, he was taken to jail. I mean, I'm sure they were dropped later, but
Yeah, he still got arrested.
Yeah, I
he
want
was
no
read his
cookie in your
rights.
face. I don't get it. That's a stupid. I wrote it down, and it was hard to write down. I was like, this is so stupid.
Well, hey, you know what though? That happened on your birthday.
Yeah.
A Florida man was arrested for throwing a cookie and hitting his girlfriend in the forehead.
The forehead.
The forehead.
Nate, I can't wait to hear what happened on your birthday.
Okay, so yeah, my birthday is on December 3rd.
Jeez.
Believe it or not, I had quite a few to choose from.
Oh, I had the
Florida
one.
man likes to, I guess, cause issues on my birthday. Okay, this is from Polk County, P-O-L-K County, Florida. Which, Ian, do you know where that is? I have no idea where Polk County is.
Yeah, Polk County.
That didn't answer my question. You just said yes.
Yeah.
He was arrested on December 3rd, my birthday, for reportedly dropping off a child on the side of the road because he thought he was gay.
Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. I have no words for that because
So it says that the boy told the officer that after a verbal argument over the issue, the father told him to pack his bags and get in the car. The father then drove the boy to a turn lane on Highway 27 near the Haines City Police Department. The boy said that the father ordered him to get out and told him, "Police will find you a new home."
because the dad thought he was gay?
Thought he was gay.
Oh my gosh. Well, no offense. But that's Florida for you. Oh.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I mean, honestly, it's not funny. It would be more funny to talk about if this was maybe like any other year, but like 50th anniversary of Stonewall up here in New York, and it's Pride Month. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a little out of control. I think we're on the same page there. You know.
Good job, Florida.
Well, we will have more Florida stories as well in a segment that I've thought of this week called Karen Stories, which Karen is a generality for females.
Yeah, I have a problem. We'll do that. We'll discuss. I have a problem with it because I know some Karens who are really nice, and they're getting a bad rap.
It's
dude.
horrible
They're getting
that stigma is stuck to their name.
Yeah.
But Karen stories are just about as good as Florida
they're
stories.
so good.
Florida man stories.
So good.
So
we'll do that.
hey,
Yeah.
as we wrap up another episode of Nate and Ian's Listening Hour, I can tell you it's number one, we apologize for having about a 2-week hiatus. Ian was on the road.
I'm back now.
I had COVID, and oh boy. So
We're good.
we're just excited to be back and bring in another episode, another round to our 39 favorite people.
Yeah. And hey, comment, like, subscribe, but comment. We haven't had in about a month, we haven't had a segment based off of a comment. So
That's true.
send us, Facebook, YouTube, just comment on whatever you want, and tell us what you'd like to see.
That's right, Vishay Conley, we're talking to you.
Shay, better do it.
Hey, and as always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Deuces.